Hello, everyone. This is JPO, and today I'm joined with
Christopher
Yes, and we are a podcast name in brackets.
in brackets.
Welcome to our stay of execution. Yeah, we're not stalling. I promise you. We're stalling. Um, but yes, it's a new year. It's a new time. It's 2024. I kind of been forgetting that, but hey, what are you gonna do? But anyway, how are you doing today, Christopher?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
I'm doing fine. It's a new year. It's all that. Woohoo! So, what do you got going on for us?
Um, I I don't know. I mean, in our this is our second to last episode, so I mean, we'll tackle some usual things like some news, things we've watched, music. What do you want to do first?
Um, well, let's just get your mixtape out of the way.
Cool.
You sent me your November mixtape.
I did.
Yes. And remind the audience what was on that mixtape.
Yes. Let me pull it up. Um, so going 5 through 1, we have Rothy, or actually in Korean it's Roshi, with her song Nowhere No Here. Then we have Taeyeon with All or Nothing. Then we have Spirit Box, Ultraviolet, and Silent Planet, Off-Worlder, and a collaboration between Soyeon, uh, Winter, and Liz with their song Nobody.
Okay. I don't have much to say about this. Most of it was just I don't remember. And then nobody was really the only standout
Mm-hmm.
because whatever it was. So
I love
there
that
you
song.
go. That's why I wanted to do this other way because I had nothing to
Yeah.
really say about this one.
Yeah. So with that, I will say that so that's the end of me sharing mixtapes with you. I'll probably just as a friend, I'll probably just share the occasional song with you. However, for you podcast listeners, I will share a few additional things. I'm still presently working on my best songs of December. If you want to see the full list, please follow Separate Metallum on Instagram or other social media platforms that we haven't really been posting at lately. But Instagram stuff go to. Um, my top song will be NMIX's song Sunyar Breaker. Um, but the rest of the list I don't positively know yet, so I'm still working on it. Um, however, I will share with you the best songs of 2023, in my opinion. Again, you can see this list on Semper Metallum, but I will also share it with you guys. I believe most all these songs John has already listened to, maybe except for one, which is a metal song, so it's not a big deal. But at number 10, we have Spirit Box's song Ultraviolet. At number 9, we have Espa's Hold On Tight for the Tetris soundtrack. Number 8, we have Invent Animate's Absence Persistent. Number 7, Knocked Loose's Deep into Willow. Number 6, Yen Beck's Big World. Number 5, New Jeans by New Jeans. We have at number 4, Off-Worlder by Silent Planet. And then number 3, we have the Nobody song. Number 2, we have Roller Coaster by NMIX. And number 1, my favorite song of the year is I Am by IVE. When I heard the song, I knew this song was the winner. And I'm like, it would have to take a really good song to take it down. There was not a good enough song to take it down. I Am by IVE. I love this song so very much. So if there's any one of these songs I want you to listen to, it would be that one. If you want to see my favorite albums or EPs of the year, please again go to Semper Metallum and you will see my list there.
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yeah, and that's the end of our
That's the end
little
of that.
thing. Yeah, we've been doing that for.
Take a drink to it.
I'll drink to that. Yeah. We're both drinking at the same time. That's not a good thing.
Yep.
Anyway, there's not much news that came out since last time. because I guess people were on break during the just like the week we were away.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at yeah,
Did you see about John Williams though?
he says that it's like, okay, maybe I won't retire. Like if the opportunity for something I like comes across me, I'll do it. So yeah,
Mhm.
cool. That's nice. I don't know what else he's gonna do.
Right. But
So
it's nice that he's leaving the door open if he wants to do something else.
sure, yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe he just didn't want the Indiana Jones movie to be his last one.
hmm
I saw that little joke on Twitter.
So finally, we have a little bit more news on the Batman Cape Crusader TV show that was announced 3 years ago that supposedly is going to Amazon. Um, UK, and it says it's okay. It's gonna have more visual violence. Okay, and a noir-like tone. I like the noir tone.
Right.
The violence I'm not too on, because I really feel like we really need to get DC back to just more. Stop making it just for the adults, because it belongs to the kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's everyone. Everyone should appreciate it. Don't just make it little kitty. Have it be both kids and adults can watch it together. So,
Right.
and I feel like we've been losing that in this past decade with everything being more adult oriented. Okay. Well,
I think like if you are to have adult oriented things, you also need to make things for kids. You have to do both. You can't just have one or the other.
right. But like their definition for kids has just been dumbed down stuff, which is
That makes
which,
sense.
which is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was there another piece of news that you found or something?
I don't really think so. There might have been something I wanted to follow up with the previous episode, but I don't fully remember. If I remember something, I'll make mention of it, I guess. Also, not that it's super important, but it's just interesting. Jack Black, it seems like, has been confirmed for the Minecraft movie.
Oh, great.
So I don't even know what that movie is. Like, is it live action or
So
not?
they say it's live action,
What
but
does that
like
mean?
it's probably just they'll have the actors on set, probably wearing box suits or something, and then they'll just CGI over it. Um, so that's my guess. But like the biggest news of this year is that Steamboat Willie is public
Oh
domain.
my gosh, yes.
Yay! And already we have at least 4 to 5 horror films announced
Even a
using
game.
Steamboat Willie. And then you have channels just uploading Steamboat Willie to their channels because they
That's
can.
funny.
Yeah.
You know what the
No.
actually a little funny is if streaming services got in the joke and like just had Steamboat Willie on their services.
Imagine if like Warner Brothers did that.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
be funny, right?
that'd be very funny. Like, do it, people. You're legally allowed to do so.
Yeah.
Public domain, baby. Then so the Criterion is going to release a DVD.
Oh my god, yes. That would be so funny. Oh my gosh, yes, they should do that.
Oh, I guess the original Peter Pan book is also public domain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Can't wait for those horror films.
I know. Okay, so it's really interesting that the only thing that people can think of is horror. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else you're gonna do. You're either gonna do horror or perverted. Like, there's really nothing else you can do. But according to Jay, he says that the thing is already horrific and perverted in its own way. So just go back and watch it. Yes, old things are really weird. Apparently, there's a fight sequence between Daredevil and Echo that's either leaked or it was shown somewhere.
I think it might have been like shown on TV or something. That's the best I was able to get from it. But yeah, Daredevil and Echo. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Does the fight look great?
I didn't watch the clip.
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it's fine. It's a wonder, which is cool, but it's just like very, very basic. But okay.
Very interesting.
It's better than what I've seen in a long time with Marvel, so I guess there's that.
There is one interesting piece of news I did hear about Echo, is that the review embargo lifts when the show releases. That's not a good sign.
Wow. Lovely. Very lovely.
Yeah, depressing even.
Yeah, you gotta love that, because that sure makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's good, but you know, if that's the way they're gonna play the game, then I'm scared. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have high hopes. I just thought it was probably gonna be okay. So we'll see.
We'll see.
It comes out this month, right?
Yeah, within 2 weeks. I don't know when specifically. I think the 9th.
What? The 9th?
I don't know, honestly. Let me do a quick search.
Either way, I don't have Disney Plus at the moment, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Do you have Hulu?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't have either of those. I have Paramount Plus and Max.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, January 9th.
The opposite. Of the Disney brand. So.
Speaking of that, what have you been watching, John?
What have I been watching since last time? Since I got Max. Okay, so at first I watch a bunch of animated DC stuff because I could. They're usually like an hour 20, so they're short, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'll watch stuff that I enjoy. So I did that. Then I watched the new Blue Beetle movie. It happened. That's my review is very long, but I don't really have anything to say about it. Really, it exists.
Basically, you thought it could be better, I guess.
Oh heck yes, it could be so much better, my guy. But I don't want to talk about Blue Beetle right now.
Okay.
So I won't talk about Blue Beetle. So then me and my mom, after that, we're like, okay, enough with that mediocrity. Let's watch The Holdovers.
So did you go to theaters or watch it on
Peacock? It's on Peacock, so we watched it on Peacock.
So yeah, Peacock, or did a free trial?
Me and someone else share an account.
Okay, gotcha. I was so excited when I saw you had watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's solid, you know, but it wasn't really groundbreaking. It was a fine film.
Yeah, I think obviously groundbreaking is cool and all, but I think sometimes some people try so much for groundbreaking that we forget the simple, and I think this is, you know, obviously not a new movie per se, but it's well done. You know what I mean?
It's well done, and it's a step back from the studio sludge that we've had over this entire year, where everything feels the same, and then every Hallmark movie, which is all the same. So yeah, I thought that this was a simple movie, but it's not dumb. It's well done, but it's not something that I would watch every year. So
I don't know. I just had like smiles on my face, and I loved it. But glad you were able to watch it.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. And then I've so I've watched about 10 films since New Year's Day. So
Mm-hmm. Been a busy
because
guy.
I've been a busy guy. So what have I watched? I watched the original Godzilla film. And yeah, it's still well made and all that important stuff. So yeah. And then I watched
Where did you watch the original Godzilla?
it's on Max.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Max has the first 15 Godzilla films.
Okay.
The next film I watched was Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2, which is basically a crossover between Scooby-Doo and some DC stuff. And it's fine. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's like, okay, yeah. Our two dog characters teaming up. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised they'd never made a film before, so
Mm-hmm.
it's overdue.
That's interesting. It was this year.
Yeah, it was this year. Last year, actually.
Right. We're in the year. Sorry.
Yes. And then the next animated thing I watched was something called Slow the Dragon. And it's like it's Batman, but like in a 70s martial arts spy film. So like in a Bruce Lee film.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool and all, I guess. Except Batman's not really in it, so I don't know why he's the title character. So there you go. And then the rest of the films I've been watching through the original Pink Panther series of films. So just a bunch of fun slapstick humor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So A Shot in the Dark is you're saying like you really liked What's Up Doc as like classic humor. A Shot in the Dark is like what I would recommend to you.
Okay. Do you think I should watch the first Pink Panther first?
No. So the reason why I put A Shot in the Dark is that it can stand alone. You don't have to watch any of the Pink Panther films.
Interesting.
So A Shot in the Dark is a stage play originally, and when the creator of Pink Panther was like going to adapt it into a film, he was like either writing the script or looking over that. It's like, you know what? Why don't I just put what would happen if I just put one of the Pink Panther characters in this film? And it's absolutely hilarious. I was laughing throughout the film, which is a rare thing. So I really recommend it for you. So
okay, I added it to my list.
Yes,
I'm excited.
I mean, I'd say that you can watch the Pink Panther films as well. You can get some enjoyment out of that if you like classic slapstick humor.
Mm-hmm. So now you say like I don't need to watch the original or anything. So like I don't really need context for the character or anything. You think?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't. Like the film will tell you, and you will like very obviously see what the character is like. In fact, they mention nothing of the character's history or the previous film at all. Like absolutely nothing. It's just you recognize the character because he's the bumbling character. So that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I've been watching those films. How many have I watched? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've watched 6 films. The 6th one isn't really a film because the main actor had passed away, and so the director is like, you know what, I'm gonna make a tribute film, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna utilize deleted footage that we didn't use, and then film a bunch of random scenes that maybe work around a story, and then reuse like best moments clips of character reminiscing as a tribute to the actor. It's not very good.
Okay.
It's like there's no story in this. They tried, but there's no story in it. They shouldn't have even made it.
Are you gonna watch the recent modern Black Panther movie as well? It's Pink Panther.
I think it's on Paramount, so I might.
Okay. I remember when that was
might.
releasing. I remember seeing billboards for that when I was younger.
Yeah, that one was a popular one when it came out. So yeah. Oh, it's on Tubi. Oh, I mean, I might. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see if I want to sit through all those ads.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Yes. Well, that's what I watched so
Cool.
far.
Let's see. I cried about National Lampoon, right?
You cried about Lampoon. You watched Home Alone, the first
Did
one.
I mention Home Alone on here?
The first
No?
one. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, first I'll just say, I have 2 more episodes left in Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Pretty good. Just throwing that out there. I mentioned I watched the first Home Alone, and with that, there was one night where like my roommate wasn't home yet. He said he was going to be late, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a movie by myself. And I thought about it, and after thinking about it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch the second Home Alone. And so, I went into the second Home Alone kind of more expecting like the formula of the movie. So to some degree, I was able to enjoy the second one a little more than the first one.
Right.
I don't know which one I like better, but in terms of, I knew what to expect, and therefore was able to enjoy that. Yeah. Also, December 30th will be the start of a new movie streak. So especially since I'm off for a month, I'm gonna see how long I can do it. So
Okay.
gonna give it a shot. Then me and my roommate went to the theaters to see a movie called The Iron Claw, which is a story of the brothers who wrestle and tragedies. And yeah, it's really well done, really solid. But I'm not like in love with the movie. It's not like one of my favorite movies. I'm settling to give it like 3.5 stars. So yeah, it's well done basically. And you feel the emotion. Then last night, me and my roommate watched a movie on Netflix called Ballerina. For those wondering, this is not the John Wick spin-off movie that releases this year. This movie released last year in 2023. It's called Ballerina. It's a Korean movie. People have actually compared this movie to John Wick, actually. But definitely not as much action as John Wick. Honestly, there was less action in this movie than I was expecting. But the colors, man, the colors were insane. It was crazy. I don't know, man. I just like I watch this movie. I'm like, you know what? I can never color grade, man. After this movie, like, forget that job profession for me. I'm not cut out for it. I don't think it's the best or strongest movie that I've ever seen. But I mean, if you love color grading, then this movie is definitely worth it to watch just for that. And if you like a little bit of action, this has a little bit of action. So yeah, I think kind of a little disappointing aspect of it is I feel like Korean media can be really good about like characters and storytelling, while this did not have strong characters that you rooted for, and not the strongest story. It kind of like just does its job, and not in a bad way, but just it's a little underwhelming on that front. But there's some fun action moments and incredible color grading. And then finished the show on Netflix called Because This Is My First Life. It was supposed to leave Netflix on the 31st. However, I guess it got extended, so now it's not leaving, but I still went ahead and finished it. 16 episodes. That's solid. I'm not so in love with the show, but I enjoyed it. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, so I'm not going to go waving the show around recommending it to everybody. But definitely moments I enjoyed, characters I liked. So yeah, that's my little recap of that.
Yeah, in terms of shows, I didn't really watch much. I finished What If season 2, and
Oh yeah, could you? I've heard people complain about the finale on Twitter.
I mean, it got more entertaining, that's for sure. Honestly, I think they jumped the shark. Like, you might love it. You like Agent Carter, so
Yeah, that's true.
like you'll love Haley Atwell. So
That's true.
you can watch it and see her do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Um. So, and it seems like they are. There's already a teaser out for season 3, which I thought was
know.
crazy.
No, that came out before the last episode came out.
That's crazy.
And I saw that and was like, what? Already?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? So it's like, is the reason why it took you 2 years to do season 2 is because you've already been working on season 3, and that's going to come out this year? Is that what's been going on?
I feel like it's very possible. Well, what if like season 2 wasn't ready last Christmas and they wanted to release it around the Christmas season because of the one Christmas episode? And so they just shelved it for a year until it's ready to release, and then by now season 3 is almost done. But still, that's still crazy that it still took 2 years for season 2 to finish / release, and yet season 3 seems like it's coming soon.
Yeah. And like Disney has done nothing to advertise the show at all.
Yeah. Do you get a sense that they're trying to build up to something again in season 3 or not?
Oh, I don't even know what they're gonna do, but they probably will.
Mm-hmm. What was your thoughts on the original character episode?
I thought it was fine. It's fine. Like, it's decent. It's like, okay, new character. But I have no idea who this character is.
Well, the character is original to the show, like not even from the comics.
Oh,
So this is her introduction.
okay, well then it's fine. Kind of cool, I guess, but like, I really should have just dug deep into the comics and picked a character that they'll never do in the MCU and just do it. Like, they really should.
I was
Like,
really hoping that with them doing an original character, it would give them more of an opportunity to tell a good story than being so reliant on the MCU's past stories. So I guess I'm a little sad based on your review that it didn't really reach those heights. What was the best episode in your opinion?
the best episode? I don't have one. I don't have one. Like, at season 1, like, obviously it's gonna be like the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah.
But like, season 2 it was something. Do I have a favorite one? No. Yes. Not really. Maybe. What if Hela found the 10 rings? But like, she doesn't. She didn't find the 10 rings. She just found the guy. And the guy had the 10 rings. That's it.
Okay. Close enough, I guess.
Close enough. I didn't care for any one of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a shame.
Maybe the new character one, because I had no context for that character. But then again, that was like all subtitles, so that wasn't as fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, I hope Marvel can tell good stories. That's all I'm hoping for.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they still know how to tell good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also have another friend who's already watched a few movies this year. Let's see where he's at. He's logged 4 already on Letterboxd this year.
Mm.
And I think he's currently at the theater watching Lord of the Rings. I guess Cinemark is doing a trilogy presentation of the extended cut. So he's watching the second one right now, and then he'll do the third one tomorrow. Yeah, but technically you're beating him out right now.
I mean, yeah. Since I think for this year I decided I'm gonna watch like classic franchise films.
Okay.
So,
but
like,
does it have to be franchise?
I mean,
like, why not like choose also just random movies that aren't franchise based?
I am doing that too.
Okay,
but like,
sorry.
there's films I'm just gonna watch the entire franchise of. So,
Okay, gotcha.
like,
What
I'm going. So, like, obviously, I'm going through all the Pink Panther films because it's been a minute and I haven't logged those. Then I'm gonna be watching the Rocky movies because I haven't watched the films in total.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. What? Let me see. What else do I have according to my list? RoboCop, Terminator, Alien, Planet of the Apes, the Naked Gun trilogy.
Yes. I really want to watch it at some point.
There's a Jack Ryan series of films that have like a different actor as Jack Ryan in each film. Mm-hmm. So, I guess I'll watch those. There's Star Trek movies, or the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's a bunch of Godzilla films. There's a lot of Godzilla films. You know, whatever I see and be like, yep, let's watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? That will probably either get a bunch of really good films or really bad films on my Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
What?
Oh, Max. They added a Godzilla collection. Great.
That'll be helpful.
That will be helpful. If only it was in order. My gosh, people. What did you do?
What?
Why is the original Godzilla
respect?
In the bottom?
Why is there no respect?
Okay. Oh. You know, I was happy for a second, and then you had to do that. Great. Love it. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
All right.
So what TV shows are you planning to watch or are in the middle of?
So me and my mom are watching through a show called Stargirl. It's a DC show. The first season came out. It's one of those shows that was a DC Universe exclusive, and then of course that dissolved into HBO Max. Stargirl actually went to the CW. So we watched the first season, but then I haven't seen anything past the first season, so I'm gonna watch that, and hopefully the quality has remained at least the same and not gone worse into the CW. From what I hear, it's better than The Flash. Well, I mean, that could mean a lot, but we'll see. And then I'm still watching that animated Star Trek show. And then I haven't And I'm also watching a couple Ninja Turtle shows. Right now, I'm looking at films, but I'll eventually finish off the Monarch show. I have to finish that Pony show.
So I guess the Monarch show finished already?
No, it's gonna be
it's-
finished on Friday, I believe.
Okay.
Or is it? Nope, next weekend. So 2 more weeks.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, good for them. Good for them.
Because it was really interesting that there was quite a bit of buzz, I felt like, about the show when it started, and then Godzilla Minus One released, and then no one's been talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it be. Like something that's like, oh, okay, that's pretty decent, and then the best, like one of the better, like the best thing to come out of the franchise to come out in a long time. It's like, oh, okay, well, this thing's not as good. On top of that, you have the Godzilla and Kong thing being like that's also around the corner. So who cares about Monarch at this moment? So I still have to watch Rebel Moon at some point.
You know what? I don't even know if I want to watch it at this point. I've just heard enough negative stuff about it, and then we'll see what the reception of the extended cut is. If that,
Yeah, I mean,
that is.
typically with Snyder, he really needs to stop making theatrical cuts because they're always the worst things ever.
It's wild because I honestly don't know who's at fault here. Is it Snyder who wants to play into his hype about extended cuts, or is it Netflix that wants to play into Snyder's hype of extended cuts and wants a PG-13 version of an R-rated movie? I don't know.
I think when it comes to like doing stuff on Netflix, this one has to be Snyder's fault.
Yeah, I would think so too, honestly.
Because like when he was doing with Warner Brothers and such, like that's clear the studio not wanting a very long film. And so, like all of his films, most of his films have an extended cut. It's crazy.
It's goofy even.
It's goofy. Like he really needs to stop.
Yeah. Just give us the good movie.
Yeah, just give us your vision first and just stop writing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so are you gonna wait for an extended cut?
I might compare them. I might just watch the extended one and forget about it. We will see. Right now, I'm just watching other films.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I'm done with trying to watch any more for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna leave what I have and just pick one for my list.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. I'm not mad about that, really. It's like, okay, it's a decent list.
What were your thoughts again on Leave the World Behind?
I was engaged in it and enjoying it for most of the film, and then it ended without really a conclusion, and I didn't care.
Gotcha.
It really bummed me out.
Okay.
Like it really bummed me out.
You would you argue if it had a better ending, it might have been a top 5?
Yes. It would have been on the top 5. Like I was watching this film and being like, "Oh, this is probably on the top 5," and then it ends, and it's like, "Oh, really? You had to go there, you scoundrels."
Yeah, I feel like that's a movie where I'm kind of like I feel like I've seen enough mixed reception on it where now I don't want to put it, in. Sorry, I don't want to take the time to watch it for the list. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I feel like for the most part, I feel like I'm kind of trying to chase after the bangers only.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm running out of bangers, then maybe I'll engage in some things like Leave the World Behind.
but there's not really a whole lot of bangers.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I was talking to you about like international movie and funny release dates, and so I ordered it, and so we'll watch it at some point. I hope it's good. Let me pull up my watch list, see what I kind of have here. It's not complete, but it has a few things. There's a Korean movie called Jung-yi I would like to see. I'm curious in the Blackberry movie. May December on Netflix is one I really want to see. And then there's a horror movie on Hulu called No One Will Save You. That one I'm interested in. That one I feel like I've kind of seen a little mixed reviews, but not completely like divisive. As much as Leave the World Behind. So No One Will Save You is not like a high priority for me, but it'll be like if I get to it, then I'll watch it kind of thing, you know? Yeah, it has a 3.1 on Letterboxd, so that's not the highest average score. Yeah, it might be okay, you know? But May December is definitely one I'm really intrigued to see. Yeah, and then Spider-Verse is another one I want to check out. There's part of me, and forgive me for wanting to sound different, but I'm kind of hoping, like, you know, I feel a little similar to Jacob, where I want to have stuff in my list that isn't necessarily copying after other people's lists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I hope I like the Spider-Verse movie because I didn't love the first one. So I really hope I like the second one. But I also am kind of hoping that, you know, I'll be able to find movies better than it. So I could have, you know, not just copycat titles. And obviously not that I'm intentionally trying to copycat people, but, you know, it's nice to, you know, have a fresh list, a different
Sure.
list. But
I mean,
yeah.
this year is looking like there's gonna be a lot of crossover this year.
Okay.
It's gonna be something for sure.
Yeah.
So, like, hey, I guess.
I'm not going to be ashamed to have the holdovers on my list, regardless of it being on Jacob's list. So, or Godzilla being on like all our lists. You know what I mean? Those are two
I mean,
we're just like, those are good movies. We can't do anything about it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, we like them. We want to talk about them. Hey, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at.
Hmm. I feel like Blue Beetle is like a movie where I don't really have high priority to see. You know?
But like, I wouldn't have that be my first experience to Blue Beetle.
Unfortunately, it might be.
Like there's just so many other appearances. They're just so much better for Blue Beetle that
Mm-hmm.
this is nothing.
Yeah. It's also a shame because like there's a handful of movies that are technically 2023 movies that have not received wide release yet. That I want to see, but I'm probably not going to be able to see in time for the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a shame. There's a Korean movie called Sleep that I really want to see, and I don't know when that's getting released. Also, Sleep features the actor from Parasite who recently passed away. So, yeah, Sleep was on my radar before then. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we got going on. So yeah. Now that 2023 is over, what do you feel about that year?
That's a good question. I feel like, you know, especially after a year like 2020, which is just super memorable because of COVID. Um, I feel like since then, and then me getting a job mid 21, I really don't I don't really remember a lot from last year, especially with my job kind of being, repetitious, doing the same thing over and over, and me like kind of trying to avoid like news headlines, or just not getting super deep in like what's going on in the world. Yeah, I wasn't. I bet like next year I'll probably remember stuff because it being an election year. I'll probably see more than I want to see,
Probably.
But yeah, I don't know.
Not by choice.
Yeah, this year wasn't a bad year for me. Obviously, there were some rough things and there were some good things. One fun thing for me was I got a roommate that I love to hang out with, and I'm very thankful for him. And I'm learning stuff, how to interact with another human being and things about myself, and it's pretty good. Work as repetitious as it is, I think more and more I appreciate it more, and I'm super thankful for it. So this year hasn't been a bad year per se. Yeah, obviously I hope next year will be a better year. But yeah, what about you?
The past 2 years have been pretty good years for me because I was still in university and I got to take some really good classes. Like I was very in what's the word? Intentional about interacting with people and just trying to be more open. And that has been great. Like 2023, a very great first half, and then the second half has just been not much going on, a lot of waiting and then not hearing back and then getting no's to stuff. So I mean, it's not the worst time I've been like in the second half. It's been fine, but that's just what it is. It's just fine. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed most of the year pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated university, that's something.
Mm-hmm. With honors?
No. No. It's a very slim chance of that ever happening.
Sorry, with recognition.
Yeah. The person who had with honors got taken by the TVA. In that other life. But yeah no. No, I got recognition. Didn't I? I did.
You did. You did.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I meant. How? So now I'm not one who has a great pulse on like everything movies, but but you've definitely had more of a pulse on, Hollywood than I have. So what's your thoughts about the past year in Hollywood compared to previous years?
It's not great, but it's not like we didn't see it coming. It's just something that we've been waiting for this to happen, and it's like, okay, obviously we were gonna get to this point where we were gonna get flops and just be tired, and it's arrived. It's not been a great year. Next year doesn't really look that much better, but we'll see when we watch them. So hopefully, it's gonna be a wake up call for people. So
I hope so.
We'll see.
I definitely hope that there will be more transition to more of the independent side, the A24 kind of side of movies.
Yeah, but then A24 is going into franchise stuff, so.
Yeah, but okay, but here's the thing with A24. Like their business model, as far as I understand, is not the most sustainable.
Right.
Throwing all these money to these projects that really don't have a lot of investment. So if they have a few franchises that can generate money, then they can throw that money to the more artsy stuff. So I think at the end of the day, A24 just needs to be able to stick to its roots, because I believe this situations like this has happened in the past, that when you have the opportunity to make money, then you end up selling out in some decades or something. So let's just hope that A24 is able to keep their balance, be able to, generate money through a few franchises, so that they can support content that other people wouldn't give a chance. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
By the way, so it was interesting on Apple TV's Twitter account. They posted one like little clip from Severance, and then today they posted a still, and so some people on Twitter are kind of freaking out a little bit, like what does this mean? And there isn't really much anything. However, Ben Stiller has replied to somebody saying we are working on it. So I'm glad they're still working on it, because I really want my season 2.
Yep. You ended that season with a cliffhanger. You have to meet people's demands 2 years later.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, part of the issue was the strike. I believe if it wasn't for the strike, we probably would have had our season slated for the beginning this year.
Probably, yeah.
But they were shut down in the middle of filming due to the strikes.
Yeah. I saw your mom at church the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you say hi?
She said hi.
Aw.
She saw me and came over.
Aw.
Yeah. So that was sweet. She met my mother. So.
Okay.
Yep. That was a sweet interaction. She always like, oh, like, how's Christopher doing? Thank you for being his friend. So it's like, are you gonna visit him this summer?
See, like, we don't have unlimited money. Doesn't my mom understand that?
Yeah, plus it's like a travel. So I'm like, oh, we'll see.
My mom. Okay, here's the thing. I was talking to my mom, and my mom's like, "Why can't you visit for Thanksgiving?" I said, "Mom, I literally only have the one day off. I work on Wednesday. I work on Friday. To visit for Thanksgiving not only is ridiculously expensive, but also ridiculously stressful. It's just best I don't come for my sake." My mom's like, "I could maybe help pay for the ticket." And I'm like, "Well, still, I'd have to pay for the other half, and it's too much work. I don't want to." Here's the thing: if she lives 3 hours away, okay, maybe, but it's 15 hours. No, I'm not flying there. I'm not driving there. No, thank you. I love her, but that's a little much.
That's a lot. Like 5 hours to see my grandparents is like, that's like once a year. Yeah. 15 hours is like, Well, maybe visit once. Next time, I don't know. There better be a funeral.
I would like to try to visit in August, so we'll see if that will happen. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2024. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I hope we get some good movies. I hope I can also discover some good movies from the past. I hope think it'll be a good year. That's all I'm hoping for, really.
It should be fine. I mean, I don't know what should be or shouldn't be. It's a year. We'll find out by the end. It's only been 2 days. Like, what can I tell? I don't know.
Oh, curious. Have you ever seen the Dune movie or not?
No, I have not.
Is that something you're interested in or not?
So, my excuse for not watching the Dune films is like, Like, I won't watch the Dune movie until I watch the bad original film.
Yeah.
So it's
Is
on
that
Max.
on your list for franchises? Your franchise list?
Maybe not this year. Maybe we'll see. But I bought the DVD because it was like $3 at Barnes and Noble, and I was like,
The original?
Yes. The original Dune was $3 at Barnes and Noble. It's like, It was an impulsive thing. Was like, I need to break up this big bill, so I'm just gonna buy some stuff that I don't need or want.
Oh, by the way, my Barnes and Nobles in Springfield, they don't sell the Criterion there.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care for the Criterion choices that we have at ours, so
Yeah, I mostly order online, but like still, it'd be nice if they sold them in person,
Yeah.
Ooh, also, 2024 is the year that Best Buy says bye-bye to physical media.
Yeah, they've started apparently doing that, so it's a shame. Wait, our Barnes and Nobles has been like busy.
Really?
It's like I drive past there. Every time I drive past there, it's like always the parking lot's always busy. There's a lot of people in. It's like, man, it's the place to be, I guess. Barnes and Nobles. I mean, I like going to Barnes and Nobles, but it's like I don't read anything.
So yeah, but honestly, I think it's good that it's doing well.
I don't read anything. I think their movies are overpriced. Everything is overpriced at Barnes and Nobles, but like I like looking.
That's true. That is true. Hopefully they can stick around though.
I'm pretty sure they're going to stick around.
Like, they've been and I hope that Best Buy can go cry in a hole and then realize what they've done and then start selling physical media again.
I mean, I don't really go to Best Buy for their DVDs, so
here's the thing. I think what kind of sucks, like if there are some people on Twitter that are saying, "Man, I hope Best Buy realizes how much market they had on physical media and that you go bankrupt or something." And I'm like, that would be kind of sad that then you leave like that side of like electronics, like Walmart and stuff, because Walmart doesn't have. They have a selection, but not as big as like Best Buy. And Best Buy has been helpful. And I hope Best Buy can stick around, but like, we'll see what will happen. It'll just be something to keep an eye out on. Obviously, it would be super stupid if it was such a big money generator for them and they say goodbye to it. So in their minds, it's not that much of a money generator for them to say goodbye to it, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't see them going out of business for not selling physical media. But obviously, we can only hope that they can change their minds. But it's so interesting to me because in the statement, they're like, we're looking for, new ways of, just life, because that's who we are at Best Buy. And yet they sell vinyl records. Those aren't going away, And it's so odd to me because 4K is a future. I don't know, like, where 4K is fully going to be in 5 to 10 years. I still believe they will exist to a degree. I think some of it could just be like, how accessible it is, or just if streaming will continue to go down the drain. There's a lot of variables, but also just the fact that many, businesses are looking for the immediate in terms of financials than the long term. And hey, I think it would be wise to a degree. Best Buy did cut down on some of the physical media they had because it is not that much of a market, right? Or at least, to have rows and rows and rows like they used to have back in the day. Like, I can understand how that doesn't make sense in the current age, even though that's sad. And I commend stores that have rows and rows and rows.
I miss going through several rows of films.
Mhm.
Like
We
going to
haven't-
Walmart, it's like, oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. In Springfield, we have an Entertain Mart that like sells like used Blu-rays and DVDs and such. So that's fun to like go through and look for stuff. I enjoy that. Also, actually, one note I wanted to kind of correct one thing I said earlier. Not today, but probably the last podcast. Is we were talking about like Disney buying Fox, and I said, well, at least they're still using the Fox brand. But then I was listening to some things. I think it was specifically Robert Meyer Burnett, and he kind of made a mention of like since Disney has bought Fox, they haven't really gone back through the vault to release things in like 4K restorations and such. Like we see Warner Brothers doing it, Paramount, others doing it. You know what I mean? But Disney's not doing that with Fox, and that is a shame. That is sad. Disney, I believe they did release some that Fox was working on, if not all, but they're not really going through this stuff. And I mean, they recently did the James Cameron stuff, but that's because it's James Cameron, not because it's Fox, right?
Right.
Yeah, that is sad.
Apparently, Stephen Young is no longer in the Thunderbolts.
I've been seeing that on Twitter, but also I haven't seen enough where like
There's no official confirmation.
there's
That's
no
the
official.
that's the big rumor.
That I'm curious how that's gonna pan out. But also what I know, like Stephen Yoon, like he had a little bit of controversy around the time Beef released. Probably it might have been Me Too related. I don't remember. I remember, but what's interesting is like the writers for Beef were tapped for Thunderbolts last year. So like they were basically going to work together again, which is kind of cool. So I don't know. It's just interesting. I guess we'll just see how it pans out.
So something that's been going on in like the past month and a half is that a very old video of mine has just started going on the trends.
Really?
I guess like the something that we did a while back, like the original material is like getting popular, and so I've been getting lots and lots of views on that one, and so
Like lots and lots of views?
so I think for like because the videos is about like 7-8 years old, in the like so for those 7-8 years it was like decently like maybe about 500 things. Right now it's at 2.3 thousand.
Awesome.
It's in my top 5 most popular videos. So
That's pretty cool. So has your subscriber count gone up?
By 3.
Yeah, at least you got a couple.
I got 3. Yeah, I mean, there's been like, see, it's because I haven't been noticing any of that. It was only when I was scrolling through my popular videos, it's like, wait, why is that one so much more now? Because there has been no comments or like interaction at all on that video, so it's like I've not been knowing that this has been blowing up, and so hey,
Nowadays.
it's cool, I guess. Good for me.
Good for you. Congratulations.
I mean, I didn't really do anything on that video, so what can I say?
What can you say? You could say many things, honestly, if you think about it.
I could say many things, but I have nothing to say. It's just decently that's happened. Now, if only that could happen to most other of my stuff. We'll see what happens there.
Yep. Oh, also, I did not release any videos on my YouTube channel last year.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's been kind of lonely looking at my YouTube feed and being like, there's nothing from Christopher going on.
Who knows? I think I'll try to post a few things this year. So I don't know what that's really going to look like. YouTube's not going to be my focus, but I don't want to abandon my channel at the same time. I think I want to like there's a music YouTuber named Adam Neely, and he doesn't post often, but it's like, he puts his time into a video, then he releases that video, and then so people watch that video and then they wait for the next one. And I don't know if that is 100% the direction I'm going to go into, but I would like to be able to release when I want to and not feel the burden of, having to post daily, weekly, all the time, and post when I want to and what I feel good about. But I definitely do see myself like maybe doing some things like songs with the youth pastor when it's like something quick and I can do something funny. But also I remember like when I was doing some of those, like some of those were very rushed. And I did a sloppy job with them. So now, like with less pressure, I'm hoping that, I can, spit out a better product. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. And, I'll probably be working, hopefully, to release my DC video this year. Right before the gun stuff starts coming out, so we'll see.
You got a year.
I mean, like, the script is practically already written for me, so...
Oh, that. I thought you meant that one.
That, yeah. Yeah, that one. That one. The big one. The big one. Yes. That's what I got going. So
cool.
Should be fine. Anything else?
I don't really got anything else on my radar. Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then, who knows? Probably next episode is the last one.
I think the next one is the last one.
We've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. We're like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now, especially now I'm off work for a month. I feel ready. You know what I mean?
We're ready. We
finished out like the last year in terms of like the music, what we watched. And so I think we can enter in or exit in peace.
Exit in peace, be all sentimental and all, yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, join us for that next time, and we'll see you all then.
Goodbye.
Bye.